Don't start.
Please in here. So y'all can see how she treat me when the camera's
No,
going.
don't start. We gotta be professional. This gotta be above board.
And I'm catching feelings, baby.
I'm sorry for the intro, guys. Let me get professional. This is my best friend, so let me act like I got some type of class.
Please, please.
Let me act like I know what I'm doing. Okay. Intro. All right, y'all, listen up. Today's guest is not just anybody. Okay, she's my sister in spirit, my day one, you got a minute? My turn into 2-hour conversation type of friend. Go back about 15 years deep. All right. And I've watched her evolve, grow up, and now she's out here blessing the world with her pen game. She's a writer, a truth teller, a soul healer. With her new book, Healing Echoes, baby, this ain't just a book, okay? This is a journey. It's a mirror. It's a soft place to land after the hard stuff. So, honey, grab your tea. Might need to grab your tissues and lock in. My girl. I told you I was going to have an old nasty intro for you, baby.
You did. You got me all over here shame face.
Because my girl Krystal, aka E.F. Williams, is about to take us on a ride. So let's get into it. Because we ain't got the production for the
We
sound.
ain't got the it gave what it needed to give.
We're just trying to be resourceful. Hey, girl.
Hey.
I feel like I ain't talked to you in like years.
In like 2 hours.
2 hours. It felt like years to me.
It was 2 hours, baby. It's 2 hours. If that.
I don't know. Probably not. Probably like
I don't think it was 2 hours. I don't think it's been 2 hours.
No, it hasn't. First of all, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. I am so excited to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so proud of you.
Girl, stop.
This ain't on the script.
Stop.
Hold on. You see how she got the hair over her eye like this?
Don't do
fine, ain't it? Yeah. Come on, amen. Say man. See,
amen. Amen.
Oh, I love you down. I'm so proud of you. And we are going to jump right in with these questions. So, Scoops, buckle up. It's time to interview. Okay. For the folks just tuning in, who is Krystal outside the book? Like, if Healing Echoes never dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who would we still need to know you as? Like, who are you outside of the book?
First and foremost, I'm mama. Outside of everything else, I am mama. I have 2 little girls, and they ground me, and like they keep me focused. So like the biggest thing you gotta know is just I'm mama. They gonna always come first. Now immediately after that, I'm big mama. Wait, hold on. Immediately after that, though, no, I'm just a woman trying to figure it out like everybody else. Like trying to figure this whole thing out one day at a time.
Great job, might I add. You do it beautifully.
Thank you so much.
All right, tell us about the moment you knew you had to write Healing Echoes. Now, Scoops, I also have my copy. I've been cracking it open today. Okay, and we'll talk about where you can get Healing Echoes after this questionnaire. But tell us, when did you know that you had to write Healing Echoes? Like, was it a whisper, a scream, a soft breakdown that turned into a breakthrough? Like, give us the tea on when you had to write her.
I mean, it wasn't like a loud moment per se. It was more so that whisper that turned into that soft breakdown. And I always wrote. I always been writing. I've been poetry, short stories, and all that stuff. And it started off as journaling, journaling from therapy, and it kind of just evolved into something bigger. And so, like, good friends of mine said, "Hey, you got to publish this. You got to push your pen." And so, it kind of just grew into something bigger.
It absolutely did. And I am so excited for everyone to get a piece, y'all. Anyway, okay, let me be professional.
Bring it back.
I know. Let me get it back. Okay, the title is poetic. Okay, Healing Echoes. What does that mean to you personally? What kind of echoes were you healing from?
That title came from like dealing with things that were a repetitive pattern.
Mm-hmm.
No matter like if it's a heartbreak or pain or like childhood trauma or something like to that nature,
Mm-hmm.
healing from that echo. And then so basically when writing this book, it's been helping me answer those unanswered questions that I had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm showing myself more grace and more mercy because I'm healing for that.
I love that, the grace and mercy. I think those are some of the things, and because we talk every day,
Mm-hmm.
like those are some of the things that I feel like us as women, specifically us as Black women, we don't give ourselves that. We can give
Mm-mm.
it to everyone else, but for a lot of different reasons, it's very hard to give ourselves that grace and that mercy. So I absolutely love that answer.
Well,
Absolutely.
thank you kindly.
Absolutely love it. Okay. Was there a chapter or a piece that was the hardest to write, but the most necessary to put out there? And just, if you can, take us to that moment.
I think the hardest chapter to write was like closer towards the end. It might have been like 20 something,
Mm-hmm.
where Amaya had to make a list. She had to make a list of the type of partner she wanted. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, we are women, we all have a list. Everybody has a list. But
Mm-hmm.
she just didn't stop there. She had that list, but she also made another list of non negotiables.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes, and I think that was important because sometimes we'll, you know, if he checks every box on our list, we'll overlook some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking like superficial stuff, like, oh, he has to have this type of car, this type of job, be in this type of tax bracket. He has to do X and O's. No, I'm talking about like, is he emotionally available? Is he
Mm-hmm.
emotionally mature? Is he manipulative? Is he, consistent? Is he those type of things? And so she made that list. She made a list, both lists. But not only did she make the list, she stood on business about it. She was like, no, I'm not going to do that. You know, if he's not checking X, Y, and Z, and like my non-negotiables, then I got to stand on business about that because she put her fear of being alone, you know, she put herself ahead of that fear of being alone. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's something I think we as women, you know, sometimes, like I said, we overlooked it, you know, and it also taught me the right, it taught me about boundaries. Sometimes our boundaries isn't just for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, our boundaries is for ourselves too. Like, hey, you ain't finna do that. That's
Mm-hmm.
my armor. That's my shield to keep you for throwing them bows at me. No, we're not doing that. And so sometimes we have to, you know, we let stuff slide because we're afraid to be alone. And sometimes that's where your power lies. It's by yourself.
It does. It
So
does.
that was a hard chapter to write through, to push past that because, you know, a lot of times we're afraid to be by ourselves. But it shows you what happens on the other side of it. And that's why, you know, it was painful, but it was like purposeful. Like it had to be there.
It did have to be there. And I think more importantly, something you mentioned is that we're afraid to be alone sometimes. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're a woman of a particular age, you hear all of the stigma of,
Mm-hmm.
oh well, I mean, you know, the what do they say, the monster, you know, or the devil, you know, is better than whatever, and basically telling you everything to keep you in a situation that isn't conducive to who you are as a person, as a woman. You're not getting anything from it. You're pouring from an empty cup because you're trying to keep it alive. I've been there, as you
Mm-hmm.
know. You know, it's um
But if I'm pouring from it, that's one thing I've been working because if you're pouring from an empty cup, right?
mhm,
What I'm giving the next person. Like if I'm pouring into my kids and I'm empty, what am I giving them? I'm
mhm,
not giving them the best of me. So that's something, you know, that's stuff you got to think about.
yeah. And it's hard because it's like I think we're conditioned as women to overgive anyway. I
Yes,
mean, we're all women are conditioned to feel or to believe that at your most exhausted, you just give more. That's the work of a woman is never done.
it's
The
never
job of
done.
a woman is never done. It's like no, sometimes it's time to clock out. Sometimes a PT.
I'm gonna head on it.
Yeah, like it's necessary, and yeah, it needed to be written. It needed to be told because you have a lot of women, even still, that are going through situations to where they're not benefiting from anything. They're being mistreated. being starved of the love that they deserve out of just sheer duty of like, well, I'm used to this. I have to give this. It's not necessary. And sometimes being alone is literally the solution. Like being by yourself and pouring back into yourself everything that you've poured into everyone else,
I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right.
And I'm right when I'm with you. Okay. All right. So how did Healing Echoes and your healing journey shape your voice as an author? Do you feel like writing this book changed how you see yourself now?
I feel like it gave me my voice back.
Mhm.
Like, I'm shy. You know me. I'm shy and I'm timid. And, I'm not too quick to speak up about certain things, but I had to push past a lot of fear to publish because I was extremely vulnerable in that book.
Yeah.
And, like, no, it's not about me per se, but a lot of that healing and stuff that she going through is me.
Yeah.
And so, like, being able to push my pen and be vulnerable like that, and then, I found my voice. I found my voice in it. And so, like, I'm more open and honest in my communication with a lot of people. If I don't like it, no, you gonna know.
And I love that because you are on the shy. Now I know you, so you ain't shy with me, honey.
Absolutely not.
But like you are a shy person, naturally,
Mhm.
in general, and just to see how you have put your foot forward and you have stepped. Mama has stepped. I am so proud of you, and not in just this. I mean, everything you do because you do it so well. But what I mean is like I understand that something like this is a new journey, but you've entered this so beautifully, elegantly, just with ease, like you do with everything. And I
Looks
mean,
can be deceiving.
but that's okay. That's okay. Cause you look good, hunty. So I mean, I can see what you mean and I feel you, but you've done an amazing job. Amazing.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Look now, I done told you. I done told you.
Get a little teary eyed.
I done told you about all this.
Little twinkle twinkle. That's okay.
Don't.
That's okay. Happy tears. That's all we're gonna do is happy tears. So let's talk process. Was this like a late night writing with tears, speaking of, on the
Mhm.
keyboard, or was it a little wine, a playlist, and some peace? What got you into your writing zone?
All of the above.
Okay.
All of the above. Like, it'll be some nights where them tears are beating my fingers to the laptop, to the keyboard. And then there's time when my wine cup is like overflowed and like I'm
Mhm.
dancing to, or vibing out to some music. Like, through all stages, my music is on. You know how I am about my music. And but yeah, it was a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. A little bit of
When-
Gia, a little bit of Lauren Hill, my Al Green and my Johnny It was a little bit of everything.
But I think that that's what makes it a well-rounded. Well, it makes you a well-rounded person, but also the book a well-rounded um, book because you're pulling from all different facets of like your life um experiences. Some days are great days. You know what I'm saying? Some days are
Mhm.
not so great days. But you transform that into your work. And we as your supporters and readers, we can feel that come off the pages. So I feel you on that. You gotta have you a little bit of Al Green, what you say?
Little Johnny
Little
Taylor,
Johnny Taylor, little
you
Luther
know,
every now and then to
a
come on.
little bit,
So bold, Ain't nothing wrong with
old souls.
very much. But you know what? We season, girl. That's what it is.
Hmm.
Season. Alrighty. Let's go to Tootsie Roll to the next one. Um, Now this I think is a layered question, but it's a good one.
Ugh,
Who did you write this book for?
why
Like
would you do that?
if you had to picture them reading it, who did you write this book for? And where are they in life and what do they need?
Ugh, a hug. That's what
Okay.
they need. Everybody needs a hug. A hug. But like, this is, as Black women, we don't see ourselves authentically portrayed in a lot of things, like in love stories, or if it's not like straight love story. Like, you got movies like The Notebook and all that stuff, and that ain't us.
Girl,
It's a beautiful story, but that ain't us. You know what I'm
you got a
saying?
reflection of that. Yep, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
But we don't see ourselves in like a lot of. They don't show us authentically in love stories like that where we're actually loved properly. Where we're not just an angry black woman. Like we're healing. Like yeah, we've been broken, but we're healing. And that's something that I think is a stigma in our community anyway about getting help and healing. And so like that's what the book is for. Like it's okay. It's okay to get help. It's okay because we don't have all the answers. Sometimes I need to go to a professional and get help, and that's okay. And so the woman I wrote that for is that woman who's like, okay, I'm struggling with some stuff that might be a little bit bigger than me, but I'm also afraid of going into that office. You know what I'm saying? When she reads Amaya's story, she's gonna be like, it's okay. Like if I need that, that's what I need. And I'm gonna be a better person because of not just for me or if you have kids or whoever's looking up. It's always somebody looking up to you. You know what I'm saying? So not like it goes back to that pouring from an empty cup. Like I can't help if I ain't got nothing to give. You know what I'm saying?
I love that, and I think the stigma of being able to say that you're not okay or you're not in the best mental space or emotional space is something that, again, that superwoman cake that they put on all black women, whether we want to take it or not, it's problematic because you do have situations to where it is bigger than you, like you said, and you need someone that can unbiasedly give you the tools to kind of work through some stuff. And depending on what you've been through, some things you just conditioned to think is okay.
It's okay, and it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. A lot of stuff that we have been conditioned to think is okay is not okay.
Yeah.
And shout out to my therapist. She done put you like, no, you have to like boundaries is a big thing for me now. Like I'm not gonna allow anybody to play in my face again. You know what I'm saying? Like boundaries are big for me now, and that's therapy.
Also, too, I think that this is a book for women all women, but especially of our particular ages. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like our 30s is like we are coming into our own for real. Like there are things that we know we like. There are things we definitely know we don't like. There are things that we are going to give grace on and understand.
And some things are non-negotiables. Like no,
absolutely not. Yeah, and I love
but
that.
that comes with. I mean, like you said, that comes with age. You learn that with age. Like a lot of when I was 22, 23, of course, I let a lot of stuff slide. You let a lot of stuff slide. Like, and not just romantically with your dealings with people and your friends and this, that, and the third. You let a lot of stuff slide. 30-something me, I'm okay vibing by myself if I need to for a while. If that means that I'm protecting myself and my peace, then that's what's going to have to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
Because we don't have time anymore. That's the thing.
What we say, what's our saying? We die at the end of this. We die at the end of this. Yeah, that's it. That's all, folks.
Speaking, Scoops, remind me of the time that I'll tell y'all.
This ain't that. We literally almost, it was almost the end. We were. By the grace of God, we made it out.
We got some stories.
Well, that's a story for another day.
Y'all gotta pay for that. We got a story to tell. Let me move on because I'm getting
sidetracked. Yes, very much so.
My ADHD.
We'll have our business out here. This is why we can't do the podcast together because we're going to jail.
I'm gonna do the editing. So if it's a little bit, you're gonna see the cut. It was too much. So what's something you left out of the book on purpose? Speaking of cut. These segues, baby, write itself. Not ready to share yet or saving it for the next one. So is there something to Amaya's story that you may have left out purposely, or that you kind of, I'm going to give a little bit of taste of the readers a taste of this, but I'm not going to delve too far into it. Any part that you could think of, or were there any parts like that?
No, I think with Amaya's story, I left it all on the table. And I think that's why it took me so long to finally release it. Because I put it all out there. The good, the bad, the ugly. Like everything's out there. It's messy because healing is messy.
Healing is
And so
messy.
like nothing was left out. I wanted everybody to see that okay, nothing's left out. So I don't think there's nothing that I actually left. I put it all out there on the table.
Okay. Ooh, y'all got some authentic,
Don't
real,
start.
holy. No, no, I mean that in the greatest way. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some authors do, but I think it hits harder when you are giving us, as the readers, as your supporters, like the real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just speaks to you as an author that you're being authentic to like Amaya's journey, TC's journey. Like it's dope. It's extremely dope.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, if someone could only read one page from Healing Echoes, which page would you hand them and why?
Um, try not to give too much of it away.
Yeah, just a taste, because y'all gonna buy this book. It's on Amazon.
It's 2 pages. It's the page I talked about at first, but her making her list,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's another page where she has her moment, and she's like, "This ain't what I want," or it's basically her aha moment, like her light bulb moment. And when she switches her power in that moment, yeah, my girl, she was yeah. That'll be the page I would probably want the readers to see, like to see her switch, like her
Mm-hmm.
aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. I love it. I'm here for it. All right. We got our last question. What's next for you, Krystal? Okay, more
Mm.
books, screenwriting, movies.
I mean, the dreamer in me wants it all. Like, the dreamer in me of course, would love for my stuff to be like a visual piece to get it out there. But right now, I think where I'm at right now as an author is laying my groundwork. And so that's what I just want to take this time to own this space as me being a writer, like own my space and do my grunt work to get to where I need to be. I am working on book 2,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a Maya. It's a different. Amaya's done. We finished Amaya.
So we've wrapped up Amaya, but
We
now
done wrapped. I done had a lot of people message me. It was like, okay, book 2.
mm-hmm.
I feel like we done Amaya justice. Like I think she's.
You wrapped it up beautifully.
Yeah, I feel like we put a nice bow on Amaya.
You
Yeah.
wrapped it up beautifully.
So there won't be a book 2 of Healing Echoes, but there is another book coming.
And more importantly, bonus question: will you
See, I
come
wasn't
back?
prepared for this. I
Would
wasn't
you
prepared
come
for.
on bike? It's an easy one. Would you come
Okay.
on bike to give us an update on book number 2? Because I'm telling you, the scoops, the readers, your supporters are going to want to hear about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm also going to throw in another bonus.
See.
And you can always say I'm gonna think about it. I feel like a nice reading of a chapter or 2 on the podcast. We could schedule it, invite some folks, a little reading with the author.
See, there you go.
Did I throw a monkey wrench in the whole
Yeah,
thing?
you did. Yeah,
Good.
you did. But yeah, I'm down for all of it.
I just think it'll be amazing. I think it'll be amazing because the book is amazing and so are you. So
Oh, well, thank you, sugar.
you're welcome. Right. See, that was easy and painless because guess what? Those were the last questions.
That's it. That's
That's
all.
it. Okay. Scoops. I have my bestie Krystal, okay, aka E.F. Williams, the author of Healing Echoes. If you haven't already, I need you to tootsie roll on down to Amazon.com. Type in E.F. Williams Healing Echoes. You will find her book. Go ahead and purchase her. Okay. Take a screenshot of the book. Upload a review on the Amazon website. Let her know that you've read the book. It is a wonderful piece of work. I'm telling you, and a page turner. And also stay connected with her. Where can they find you on social media?
On Instagram, I am E.F. Williams Writes. So you can find me on there.
Alrighty. We got E.F. Williams Wright. And we are so excited to have you here. I want to thank you again for coming on to the show. I just want to give you a hug.
No.
Come here.
Air hugs. Air hugs.
I'm
I'll
so
be your way. I'll be your way soon. So
mm-hmm. It sounded like a meet and greet to me.
See that. But if you know, if the Scoop with Hershey sets that up, I will be there.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Alrighty, Scoops. I want to again thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and comment for more content. And as always, I'm Hershey Sundae, and I'm back with the Scoop. Peace.
Peace.